Once upon a time, in a small and quiet village nestled between the misty mountains, there stood an old, decrepit mansion. It was known to the villagers as the haunted house. The house had a dark history, filled with tales of tragedy and mystery that had been passed down through generations. Legend had it that the mansion was once the home of a wealthy family, the Hawthornes. They were renowned for their peculiar ways and their obsession with the occult. As the story goes, one fateful night, a thunderstorm raged outside while the family conducted a forbidden ritual within the mansion's walls. Their intentions were unknown, but the consequences were grave. The next morning, the village awoke to an eerie silence. No one had seen or heard from the Hawthornes since the stormy night. As weeks turned into months, fear and suspicion spread among the villagers. They began to notice strange occurrences around the mansion, flickering lights, unsettling shadows, and distant whispers on the wind. Rumors circulated that the mansion was cursed, that the Hawthornes' experiment had gone horribly wrong, trapping their spirits within its walls. Brave souls who dared to enter reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread and hearing anguished cries in the dead of night. Years passed, and the mansion became a place shrouded in fear. None would venture close, and the village's once thriving market square lay deserted. Children dared each other to approach the gates but never stayed long, overcome by a sense of impending doom. One day, a group of curious teenagers decided to spend the night in the mansion, seeking thrills and adventure. Armed with flashlights and determined smiles, they crossed the threshold into the darkness. As the night wore on, their laughter turned to nervous whispers, and the air grew colder. Suddenly, a chilling wind howled through the mansion, extinguishing their flashlights. Panic ensued as they fumbled to relight them, but their efforts were in vain. Then, a faint, mournful melody began to echo through the halls, a haunting tune that seemed to seep into their very souls. Terrified, the group split up, hoping to find an escape route. One by one, they encountered apparitions of the Hawthorne family, their faces contorted in agony. The teenagers were paralyzed with fear, unable to escape the clutches of the mansion's malevolent presence. The night passed in a blur of terror, and when the first rays of dawn broke, the mansion stood empty once again. The teenagers were never seen again, adding to the legend of the haunted house. To this day, the villagers avoid the mansion, considering it a cursed place where the spirits of the Hawthornes continue to seek release from their torment. And if you ever find yourself near that old mansion on a stormy night, listen carefully, you might just hear the faint strains of a mournful melody drifting on the wind. A reminder of the horrors that lie within.